quick trigger finger. Just can't wait to talk about this. So, the NBA championship is now done, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, well, not as easy as we thought it would be, are the champions. Just a very good performance. And yes, there is the thing hanging over this entire game of Tyrese Halliburton getting hurt, and the understanding that, yes, that sucks. But I do want to just drive home how good this Oklahoma City Thunder team really was in this game and throughout this entire series. SGA was in complete control of everything that you saw there. Another excellent performance. And you look at the numbers, and it doesn't look that great, honestly, but he just had such a great sense of that game. And it was just, he is a whatever the defense gives him, flows with the game, and just, okay, where can I attack? All right, fine. I'm gonna 3-point shot. Maybe it's not falling. Let's drive and see. Oh, we're gonna get cut off. All right, let's hit from the mid range. Like, he just has such a great control of everything that is out on the floor. His playmaking ability was on full display in this matchup as well, and it was I had said coming in that it felt like a bit of a coronation. Now, I said that coming into the series, and I said that going into Game 6, and we finally get it in Game 7, but this is really driving home that this is one of the best players in the NBA, and he has an all-time great season when you look at regular season MVP, regular season scoring title, and postseason MVP, or finals MVP, I should say. Like, very, very few people hang out at that table. And SGA is one of the ones who is going to be sitting there now, and rightfully so. Like, just the all-around game is spectacular. Offensively, we just went through it, how good he is at kind of controlling every little aspect of the game. Defensively, he comes up with a good help defense block at some points there. He is just a solid all-around basketball player. And he doesn't get a lot of the attention because it's like, there hasn't really been a whole lot of time with him as a superstar. Like, it has just like jumped up in the last few years, but there hasn't really been that, oh, can he not? Everything has kind of followed a progression very smoothly, and I don't want to say very easily because he has obviously worked very hard at it, but it was just, well, he went from being a pretty good promising player to, oh, this is a really good player to, oh, this is one of the best players in the league and now he's a champion. Like, there hasn't been that real stumbling block for them, maybe the playoffs last year, but there hasn't really been that stumbling block for him or for the rest of this team to really be like, okay, well, what is he? What isn't he? He's just gone out there and been awesome the whole way. And so a huge credit to him for leading this charge with Oklahoma City and getting them now into a spot where they are once again NBA champions. But it wasn't just him. Other players stepping up when they needed to as well. And I mean, look, it was mainly just him in Game 7, because it just seemed like once he got comfortable, everything in Oklahoma City ran through him. And I understand, like, everything always ran through him, but this one was especially like, oh, no, he's got it. He's fine. Just, you want me to have the ball? No, you have the ball. Oh, Shea thinks I should have the ball? Okay, well, something must happen. And he goes up and scores, or something along those lines, right? Like, because Shea was so comfortable and so calm in this game, everyone and everything just flowed through him and almost deferred to him maybe a little bit too much on the offensive side. But it's a game that they won after a strong third quarter relatively comfortably, although a couple tense moments there late down the stretch. But other guys do step up in this series. Chet was shaky. I don't think there's any question about that. But he grew into a role that worked for him. And that is another part of this team. Like, talked before about how scary it is that this team has just won the NBA Finals. And Shea got better as this went on. And he may even have another level to get to if that three-point shooting can find a little bit more consistency. Jalen Williams obviously found another level, and he very much improved as this series went along, and series, postseason, whatever, as it all went along. And for Chet, I don't think he necessarily got better. I think getting this experience is going to be gigantic for him, and just playing NBA basketball is going to help him out quite a bit. But I think what was very interesting to see about this team is just how they were able to handle every situation. And they were criticized in Game 1 for adapting to the Indiana Pacers style. It's like, no, you guys are the favorites. You dictate how this is going. And I was like, okay, but that's not, that is kind of how they've done it. But they just do so well at, oh, what's that thing you guys are good at? Oh, we can take that away. And that has kind of been their game plan all year. And to be able to adapt to situations, they're very impressive at it. And I think they did that again in this series because Chet was not this offensive dynamo that people were hoping for him to be. He was very good defensively. But offensively, there wasn't a whole lot. So what did they do? They adapted their situation around it and adapted their system around it. So it is not just what the other team does. It's like, okay, Chet doesn't have it this night. Well, now we can do X, Y, and Z. And to be able to have those counterpunches when you have a 31-year-old, a 27-year-old, and otherwise you are just a wee little baby team. And the second youngest team, or the youngest team in the NBA Finals in like 40 years. That's very impressive, and it is terrifying how impressive that was. And then Chet falls into his spot. His rim protection, great. Offensively, like they're just scratching the surface with him. And just to be able to have him play sustained basketball is going to be very important for him and the development of this team as they try to take another step. Like we said before, like Williams was great. Caruso and Wallace were the perfect fits for this team, as was Hartenstein. Like we talked about it in the offseason when they made the move, trading Giddey for Caruso and then signing Hartenstein. It was like, that's it. Like they're set. They have checked every box that they need to check, that this is now basically a perfect basketball team. And for the most part, they were. They only, like, what were they, 9-2 coming off a loss or something like that, or 11-2? Like, they were fantastic in all of these different scenarios. They were brilliant. And a huge credit to them for that, and a huge credit to the team building. But then you look, even in this game, Caruso with a good read gets a steal. Wallace is just bullying people at a couple of different points. Hartenstein is running point on a lot of different ones. The movement is constant and relentless on both ends of the floor. Like they found the right pieces and everyone fits in it so very effectively. And it is a masterful job of roster construction, masterful job of coaching, and a masterful job of playing the sport as well. Swig of water for the working man. So you really do have to credit this team for what they have kind of done now, because it's amazing what has been built out here. If you're enjoying this video or podcast or whatever, make sure you share it with your friends. Who doesn't love having a bit more of a sports conversation? So share this video with them, and just a couple people you don't like, just to throw them off as well. So the bigger part of the conversation now, the bigger picture, I guess, with the Oklahoma City Thunder is, what are they capable of? Zach Lowe was on Simmons after the Game 7 and was saying like that there may not be or may not have been a team in sports history that has been set up for the future as well as the Oklahoma City Thunder are, with all the future picks that they have, with the youth that they have, and already having an NBA championship with an MVP and a team that just seems to fit perfectly. This is a scary good team and could be for a very long time. Now, one of the last times we said that was about these guys, famously in 2012, after they lost in the NBA Finals, and then everything went to hell. Well, to hell would be a bit of an exaggeration, but that was the team, right? Like with Westbrook, with Harden, and with Kevin Durant, who we'll talk about in a little bit. Those were supposed to be the guys that really like brought this team into the next decade of great success for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it didn't work. And they were able to pivot out of it and get a superstar in Gilgeous-Alexander and build this team up very effectively. So you don't want to just say, okay, well, they're definitely going to be back and it's a dynasty in the making, because we do that a lot with championship teams. The last one we didn't do it with was the Raptors, because there was a rather prominent fellow who was potentially on his way out. But aside from that, it's, man, who's going to beat this Nuggets team? Celtics, like this is first of 2, 3, 4 championships, maybe. You know, the Milwaukee Bucks, all right, they've arrived. They got Giannis. Here we go. We've done this with a few teams now. But this one feels different. This one feels like they are a truly dominant team in the making. And the fact that they were young and got better as the playoffs went on, they faced adversity going to a Game 7 against the Nuggets, going to a Game 7 of the NBA Finals here. They dealt with a lot of different situations, and they handled it all swimmingly. So if they want to make some kind of a big move, they have the draft capital to do it. They do have a couple contracts that are coming up, so big decisions are going to have to be made. But they are in a phenomenal spot to be able to do that. Just a wonderfully constructed team, and are now the 2025 NBA champions. Just a reminder that you can catch new episodes of Couch Potato Diary all the time, as we're putting them out quite a bit throughout the weeks. It's over on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.